Okay, in the previous section of the course, I have showed you how we can use Markdown files to add articles to our blog and how to list them. Now, in this section, I'm going to show you how we can use a WordPress website to source articles to our blog. So, in order to do that, we first need to install the WordPress Source plugin. So, let's go ahead to gatsby.js.org and go to plugins, and here we would want to type WordPress. And if you see that gatsby-source-wordpress, one important thing that I want to mention is that whenever you have source in your plugin, that means that this plugin can source data for you, for example, from content management systems or whatever. You can try searching for source plugins here, and you can see how many types of plugins for sourcing your data you have. So now let's go ahead and install this plugin on our Gatsby.js project. Let's scroll down and let's copy the npm install. And first let's stop our project here and paste the npm install. And let's wait for this to finish installing. Okay, now that we have installed our WordPress sourcing plugin, it is time to configure it in gatsby config.js file. So let's go ahead and open it and let's resolve our plugin here. Let's type resolve and provide gatsby-source-wordpress. And for our plugin, we would want to provide some options. We would need the base URL of the WordPress blog that we're going to use. I'm going to use Coding SRC, which is my blog where I publish. So let's go ahead and provide options. And here we would want to provide base URL with the URL of our WordPress website. So codingsrc.com. Now we would need to also provide the protocol that we're using. Currently we're not using HTTPS. However, if you try to use HTTPS, make sure it's not a self-signed certificate. Otherwise you're going to have some issues while compiling your Gatsby.js project. So now let's provide the protocol to be HTTP, and now we would want to tell our plugin whether or not this is hosted on our own website or it's hosted on wordpress.com. I'm currently hosting on my own website, on my own server, so we would want to provide hosting wp.com with capital letters, and here we can provide either true or false, so this is going to be false. Okay, so let's format this, and now let's run Gatsby develop. Okay, first, while you're compiling your project, you might run in those kinds of error. Don't worry about them right now. They are just sections of your website where you're not authorized to fetch data from. So let's go ahead and see in our GraphQL what we're going to be able to fetch. So let's copy this and I'm going to open it in Chrome. And now here you're going to be able to get all WordPress posts. And from here you can get the notes from that posts, from all of the posts. And here you can get the slug. Let's get the slug and let's get the title. So let's run this. And as you can see, we have gotten the slugs and the titles of our 4 blog posts that we have currently. So this was it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we're going to build our GraphQL query, which we are going to use later on to populate our blog. So see you in the next lecture.